Good morning. We are in the middle of the Atlas Mountains and this place is absolutely stunning. We have been camping the last couple of nights and it's been incredible. But we're not here to talk about that.
We've been in Morocco for a little less than a month now, and since we've been here, we've been seeing a lot of interesting things, like all the city workers sweep the floor with palm branches, and we've just been seeing kind of how they manage their trash in a very different way than what we're used to. And so we've just been talking about things, and we wanted to share some of our thoughts, and here we go.
Toilet paper. What do we have to say about toilet paper? Oh, that they don't use so much toilet paper because here usually they have a different kind of toilet. It's a squat toilet, so you gotta sit like this to poop, and if you're a woman, like this to pee. And it's just a hole on the floor, and that's it.
It's very civilized and it's actually more sanitary than Western toilets because you don't have to touch anything. You don't have to put your butt on the seat that anybody else put their butt on. You don't have to worry about anybody peeing on the seat or the seat being gross because there is no seat. And along with that, they don't use toilet paper because there's no flushing system. It just flushes with water.
Yeah, they usually have a bucket and a faucet next to the toilet so that when you're done, you can use the amount of water that you want and clean everything and flush it a little bit.
And also clean yourself.
So not using so much toilet paper, I guess it's good for the environment. Not so much trash, right?
Also, they don't use a lot paper towels to dry their hands either. You wash your hands and they're wet and it's okay.
Yeah, and it dries with the air.
We found it very common that they don't use dish soap anywhere. To go do our dishes, we stayed in quite a few different hotels, hostels. Some of them do have dish soap, but a lot of them don't. They
it's
not
not
just
common.
wash it with water and their hand, maybe a sponge, maybe not a sponge.
And even if they do have dish soap in some places, they use very, very little. So it's just mostly water.
Also, for washing your hands, a lot of places don't have soap either. They have a lemon or a lime cut in half, and you use it to wash your hands.
Yeah, or just nothing, just water.
We don't know for sure, but in the rural areas, we've kind of realized that they don't take a whole lot of showers. Nobody smells bad or anything like that. But you just kind of realize that they haven't taken a shower. They don't offer you to take a shower, and I don't think they take themselves a shower.
Yeah, we were offered to stay at someone's house. They offered us a room, a place to sleep. They offered us dinner, then breakfast in the morning, but they never offered us a shower, and we don't think they took showers either. So less water.
And we do know that when they do take a shower, it's that same squat toilet system with the hole where everything goes. They heat up a pot of water if they want hot water, or they just use the bucket or whatever is in there, and that's how they wash themselves.
Yeah, so they use very little water, just a bucket and as little as possible. Usually everybody washes their hand before and after eating, at least I do. And here they do too, but it makes more sense because they usually don't use any
silverware. They just use their hands. And bread. So if we eat tagine, you take a piece of bread and you get your bite together and you eat it with your hand.
Yeah, the bread is the silverware. I guess that's good too because usually you're going to wash your hand anyway and afterwards you don't have any silverware to wash. So another positive thing.
In the cities, when you go to buy fruits and vegetables, it's all just local people selling fruits and vegetables. You walk through a whole street filled with fruits on one side, vegetables on the other side. Everything for bulk sale, rice, beans, lentils, everything. You can buy as much as or little as you want, and it's not pre-packaged or anything.
So it's much less plastic. It's true that they usually give you a plastic bag, but I think that is less than everything prepackaged. So I think that's another positive thing.
In the cities and in the Medina of like all the big cities like Rabat, Casablanca, everywhere. If you want to have like a pomegranate juice or lemonade or like whatever it might be, it's very common for them to give it to you in a glass. Like you're on the street, you ask for lemonade, they put it in a glass, you drink it, and then they wash it
And they usually wash it in a bucket they have filled with water, and that's it, and it's clean, and that's it. No soap, no complicated things, just it's clean. And they usually sometimes have two buckets, so one for the more dirty stuff, and then when it's clean they clean it again in a more clean water and clean bowl or clean glass.
In the more rural areas, we've seen the entire time, and we love seeing it, sheeps and goats everywhere, just running around. Sometimes in little groups with like their shepherd. So we've just seen a lot of like local farming and like small farming, and it's very nice to see that. Like it makes me feel good about eating meat here, like knowing that it's not mass produced in giant farms.
Yeah, and like the animals eat whatever there is on the ground, grass, whatever there is. So they don't have to ship tons of food for the animals. Also, as there are a lot of small herds, when you eat something, it's usually from a nearby herd. It's also not shipped from far away, the meat itself. Okay, and now the only things that are a little bit maybe not so good, at least in my mind. The trash management. They don't have a lot of trash cans in the street, nor anywhere. I don't really understand how they do things, but it seems to me like when they have just trash, they put it in a plastic bag, and when the plastic bag is full, they keep it somewhere, or and when they have a lot of trash, I have seen a lot of people putting trash together, doing like a little, they light it and they burn it. They just burn their trash there in the street, wherever. A lot of them.
We've also seen city workers like on the side of the road, like they'll pick up trash and then you'll see them like burning it there as well.
And I don't know if that's bad or good. It doesn't seem good to me, but well, just whatever. Something else, different.
In regards to the trash, we've also seen people like they'll just take their trash out and throw it in like the street, like wherever, like on the side of the street, in a gutter, anywhere, and just walk away.
So in the end, when you are traveling in the streets from town to town, you see a lot of trash by the side of the road, and that is not pretty. And the last thing I gotta say, I know everybody does whatever they want to do with their lives. You cannot talk somebody to be vegan. If somebody likes eating meat and wants to eat meat, they are completely free to eat meat. But I think a vegan person can be proud of being vegan. And I think the same thing for people having kids. At the end of the day, the only thing bad for the environment are humans. Having kids is having people that are going to be bad for the environment.
I don't like where this is going.
We are the worst species for the earth. And it's just that the birth rate of Morocco is going down as Spain's or the USA's. But the difference is that in the USA and Spain, for every woman, they have like 1.5 child. And here they have more than 2. So the birth rate is much higher than in other countries.
But I think that's normal for not being quite as developed country as everywhere else. Like, I think as the country develops, the birth rate will go down as it has in a lot of different other countries.
But also, as the country develops, maybe also the good things we've seen in the country become also worse. Prepackaged foods, massive
Corporations that sell things.
Yeah.
No more local fruit and vegetables.
Yeah. Hopefully not. But I guess we'll have to wait to see. These are our thoughts. Do you like them or not? And now we are gonna take the tent down, put it in our panniers, and bike somewhere else. So we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching if you have watched it. Ciao, ciao.
Be responsible with your trash.
Be responsible with your trash and with the environment.